Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
Carlo, what's been going on this afternoon?
We went and visited Remploy, me and Ryan Dingle, and we got to take a look at the mugs that will be sold in the team store here with all our mugs on it. We were able to see the behind the scenes and how they go making the mugs there, and got a little story and background on what they do there, and what they went through with the old Remploy being shut down and building that back up now again.
Just how great a charity is that?
I think it's great just seeing the people in there, and that they're able to do something meaningful, and gives them something to do every day, and they make a great product, that's for sure, and it's a real cool niche market that they've gotten in on.
And you got an enthusiastic welcome as well, you and Ryan?
Yeah, that's for sure. There's a couple characters in there, that's for sure. Ian especially even gave us a little demo on how everything's made in there, especially the mugs, and yeah, it was great. They're all smiling, and it was a really cool experience.
And whether it's school visits or community visits, how important is it for yourself and the rest of the guys to get out into the local Fife community?
I think it's really important, especially with hockey being kind of a secondary sport probably in the UK, and just got to get the sport out there and into the community, and build the brand of the team as well, and the more people that get exposed to meeting us and give them a little story of what hockey is, and maybe it'll bring them into the arenas, and they'll get a little taste of it and get hooked.
On to the hockey. So last weekend, what was your take on that fantastic weekend, 4-point weekend?
Yeah, it was great. The boys were building up to that after some disappointing weekends, and we were able to close it out on Sunday. It was a great performance at home on Saturday, and that's how we got to be at home every time, especially, and got to make it a tough place to play. And we jumped all over Manchester that night, and we set ourselves up for a 4-point weekend Sunday, and went into Coventry. It's a hard place to play, and boys got the job done. Shane was great, as he was, and he's been all year, and really showed this weekend, and it was a backbone for us, and we were able to get one by their goalie that night, and that was enough.
And obviously a team performance on Sunday, but what would you say to recognise the efforts of the two import D-men? You got Thomas Muir, Chris Wands, then Shane Owen, a double shutout last weekend. Yeah,
if you were going in that weekend and someone told you were going to get back-to-back shutouts, probably wouldn't have taken that bet, that's for sure. And the guys stepped up like they have the last couple weekends. We battled some injuries, and they've done a great job back there. Wando and Tommy don't play many minutes that often, and they stepped up and played big minutes. And Moisey and Phil did a great job back there, and they really shut down the opposition, and they played a ton, and they battled right down to the final buzzer, and it was great weekend for us.
And just to pick out what you just talked about there, Chris Wands and Thomas Muir, what are those guys like in the dressing room?
They're great. They seems that the guys that have been here a couple of years, they're really easy to get along with, and they've got great relationships, and they've been great coming in for me as a new guy, and they're great guys to have around, and always cracking jokes, that's for sure.
Who's got the better jokes, the better banter from Thomas and Chris?
Tommy thinks he does. He always gets a couple of chuckles out of the guys, but they're both great.
This weekend, huge games. Fife are obviously going to try and keep that run going in the league. 4 wins from 5 so far, going into Braehead on Saturday first of all.
Yeah, we've done our job so far in the league, and it's going to be a big test on Saturday night. It's a rivalry game, and we got to do our job again. Going into Braehead, we had some success there earlier in the season against them, and we're looking to get in there and grab our 2 points and set ourselves up again for a Sunday for 4 points.
And going back into Braehead, great memories for yourself scoring that OT winner in the last game there.
Yeah, it's the last time I've scored as well, so maybe it'll get me back on the score sheet, but if not, that's fine. As long as the team's winning, and I can chip in whenever I can, be it goals or assists or whatever. As long as we're winning, things are great. So that's all that matters.
So it was a big game on Saturday. Another huge game on Sunday at home to Braehead Clan. The Challenge Cup, Fife know if they win, Fife qualify for the quarterfinals of the Challenge Cup and knock Braehead out. The stakes couldn't be higher.
Yeah, that's for sure. We started off great in the Challenge Cup, and we've kind of sputtered along since then and dropped some points. But it's all in our hands, basically. And Sunday's going to be a huge game for us to get ourselves through into the Challenge Cup. And there's a lot of kind of other little stories behind that game as well, with Brooksy's 1,000th game and Hainsey back in the lineup in his first home game. So the place should be rocking, I'm guessing. So yeah, it's all in our hands. Destiny's in our hands. So we got to take care of business. Obviously Saturday, and can't look ahead on Sunday yet. And when Sunday comes, we'll be ready for that.
Just to clarify, it was a regulation win that Fife will need on that Sunday. But when you go into a weekend playing the same team twice, what is that like? How different is that from other weekends where you play different opposition on Saturday and Sunday?
I guess you can kind of see what the team brought the first night that you play them, and you can maybe expose some of the weaknesses that you found, or the coaches will be showing us video and that kind of stuff, and game plans will change. And there'll be some definitely bad blood obviously after the first night, I'm sure, and it'll carry over into the next day, where usually you don't play the team again for maybe a few weeks, and things are forgotten, and it'll be fresh in our minds, and hopefully we're coming back home after winning there on Saturday, and we can take care of business at home.
To pick up on two things you said, well, first of all, Brendan Brooks, 1,000 professional ice hockey games. How incredible an achievement is that for him?
Yeah, it's an incredible achievement. He's one of the elder statesmen on the team, that's for sure, and he's got a lot of stories, and he's not shy to tell you them. But a guy that's played 1,000 games in leagues all over the world, and that's great. Excited to be a part of that, and that's a great achievement. He's a great guy as well.
And Kyle Haynes coming back to the club now. Have you met Kyle yet? He was with the team obviously for the last 3 seasons. You're new to Kirkcaldy. Have you met him yet? And how big a boost will that be to have somebody of his quality in a left-sided D?
Yeah, I've actually had the chance to meet him a couple times now and hung out with him. And it's great for the club that we're here. He's here now, and it's going to be a huge boost, especially with a couple defensemen still out with injuries. And even if they were healthy, just having a guy like him coming in. Left-handed D-man that we're kind of missing right now as well, with Moisey being the only one. And he's got a great history here with the club, and the fans love him, and he's done great here, so I'm sure he's really happy to be back as well. And it's going to be great. I'm sure he'll get a great ovation on Sunday.
And once the team gets Jackman and Turon back, and obviously Kyle Haynes coming into the team, I'm just, given the results the team had last weekend and being Coventry the weekend before, just how strong a position are Fife in just now, and what's the potential for the rest of the season?
Well, like we thought, and we showed at the beginning of the season when we were healthy what kind of team we could be, and we had some injuries and we faltered, but that happens to every team, and it's how we bounce back, and I think we've done that pretty well so far, and we've done that with a short-handed lineup. So I think only things can get better with everybody healthy, and that back end looks great. We got Wando and Tommy that could play minutes as well too. That's great depth back there, and up front, guys are starting to score some goals now, and we're putting the puck in the back of the net, which is huge. And obviously with the double shutout this weekend, we know we can keep the puck out of the net. So just got to keep building on the game plan that Todd and Hutchie are putting out for us, and just get better every day, every week.
Cheers, Carlo. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Bay Hotel, where your dream wedding becomes reality. Visit us at thebayhotel.net.